If you are returning to the UK with spouse who is non-British, non-settled in the UK, and there are no children involved as of now. I mean, children could be British. If they're British, then no need to worry about financial requirement. If you have children who is also dependent, and then the financial requirement will go up. So in this video, I just want to cover my experience with one of the consultation I did for spouse visa. So one of my friend, he asked me, Yash, where do you get these topics? How do you create the content? I said, is there any script you prepare? I don't prepare any script. The way I do YouTube videos is I'll remind myself of a latest experience when someone was facing challenge. And I might have provided them with the potential solution, and I remind myself, and then I just create the content. I will just sit in front of a camera and just shoot that video and share my knowledge, experience, expertise and knowledge with everyone at no cost, and that's how I create my content. What is useful for me is getting questions and comments from the audience, likewise yourself. So while you are watching this, or before you started watching this video, you might have some specific question. If you have one, just drop that in the comment section below now, and you know what, I'll just address them in follow-up video for you. Is that okay? If yes, drop the question now while you're watching. So that's how I do it. Now let me go back to the topic, which is a spouse visa, and it's about financial requirement. So this is mainly for audience who is trying to return to the UK with a British spouse. So there's a British spouse and non-British, British sponsor like spouse, and have husband or wife who is non-British, or a partner who is non-British, and they are trying to return to the UK. This is for them. The main challenge they find is how to satisfy the financial requirement, right? So we as a human being, we like to take the route which is the least friction, least resistance. So number one route I can think of straight away, try and just find out, hey, do you have £62,500 in cash saving? That's my first question. And most of my clients, I do find them having this £62,500 of cash saving with them. If you don't have now, and because you are watching this video, and if you're planning ahead, you can plan this ahead, and it's straightforward. It's extremely straightforward route of returning to the UK with your a non-British spouse, getting them a spouse visa, right, to satisfy the financial requirement, cash saving. So if you are returning to the UK with a spouse who is non-British, non-settled in the UK, and there are no children involved as of now. I mean, children could be British. If they're British, then no need to worry about financial requirement. If you have children who is also dependent, and then the financial requirement will go up. But I'm talking a scenario, just and assuming here is just spouse who want to apply for UK spouse visa from abroad. So 62,500 is the cash saving that is required. It can be in two of your names separately. It can be in joint name, or it can be in the name of sponsor, British citizen. 62,500. It doesn't need to be in cash form for the entire 6 months. It can be in the form of some sort of shares, stocks, or ISA or equivalent, or pension. But then at the time of application, you need to bring these funds from non-cash form to the cash form into a bank account, and you can liquid this as investment only if you want, and if you think it is the right option for you. Of course, you might need some financial consultants advice as well. I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm just talking from the immigration point of view. You need this £62,500 at the time of making the application, and you need to demonstrate you had access to these funds in any form in previous 6 months. Now, if you are watching this video in well advance, you can plan this, right? You can plan this cash saving, £62,500, in a bank account for 6 months, and then you can apply for a UK spouse visa. So that's number one option I can think of, cash saving 62,500. Number two option I can think of is if you are a professional and doing a full-time job abroad, and if you are earning a salary of 18,600 pounds per year, equivalent in your local currency, and if you are returning to the UK, you need a job offer that has to be 18,600 pound per annum or more. So if you have a job offer at hand, with the job offer letter you can apply for a spouse visa and could potentially satisfy the financial requirement for the UK spouse visa. Now of course this is all about financial requirement in this video, right? There are other requirements such as English language requirement, you need to satisfy accommodation, good character requirement and all that. So there are other requirements as well, suitability as well as eligibility requirement for spouse visa, but in this video I wanted to discuss the two simplest and most straightforward way of satisfying the Appendix FM financial requirement for UK spouse visa. Cash saving number one, number two is employment, and number three said, oh no, we don't have any of these, what do I do next? I'm so sorry, but I can't think of any as of now, unless there are some compelling and compassionate circumstances which might require a specific bespoke legal advice. You might have to speak with one of my team member, they might arrange a paid consultation with one of the lawyer, and then they can provide you bespoke legal advice if you don't satisfy any financial requirement to return to the UK. There are some special circumstances where the children are involved, British citizen, and they are in the UK. If you are visiting the UK, there are some exceptional circumstances we can think about to advise you how to sort out your spouse visa, and that's it, right? So it's two more straightforward option, cash saving and having a job offer of 18,600 while you're returning to the UK. All the very best. It might not be a complete video, you might have some follow-up question. Why don't you drop your question in the comment section below now? I might prepare another follow-up video in the next YouTube videos for you. This is the way I can share my experience, expertise and knowledge at no cost. Please help me to do that. Subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe to my channel, we can probably increase this audience and we can share this knowledge to more and more audience. That's my objective here doing YouTube videos. So subscribe to my channel, like this video, and please drop your comment in the comment section below now. Thank you so much for watching. All the very best for your UK immigration application.